Yeah. No, I actually am. I'm a pretty social person. That's one thing that I miss, that I've missed because of all the pain, is not being able to go out and not being able to interact with people because.
You couldn't tell you have pain.
Not today.
You slept for how long?
I slept literally for about 4 days, on and like I get up in the morning and I felt fine, and then did my thing, got my daughter ready for school, brought her to school, and
Yeah.
went in for a little nap, and 4 hours later woke up, and that was for 4 days.
Okay.
But I haven't slept. I went for a good long a couple of years, not sleeping more than an hour or two at a time because of the pain.
Do you remember we spoke about cortisol?
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about how everything does like this?
Yeah. And I definitely felt my body was flushing because I've been drinking a lot of water, and my muscles felt like when I initially left you, it felt like I had a really deep massage. And when you have a really deep massage, you feel like the toxins kind of being flushed out of your system. I felt like that so we had Thursday morning, probably through Saturday morning. I felt like that. And I was just drinking a lot of water because I've had that experience of having, having had a massage, and that's what they tell you, drink the water, flushing out. I definitely felt like my body was flushing out bad stuff.
Well, you look terrific.
I feel like a different person, or almost to my old self.
And that's just one session.
That's just one session, yeah.
You've been suffering with this for 7 years.
Yeah, just about.
You should repeat what I say so that it...
I've been suffering with this for just about 7 years, yeah.
Now, Phil wrote a testimonial.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let me show it to you.
Okay.
Because you're going to be in competition with him.
I'm going to be in competition with Phil. Okay.
For the best.
Well, we're doing different things, so.
Well, you're here for change. That's the same.
Right.
That part's the same.
Oh, that's great. I'll see him tomorrow at the St. Patrick's Day luncheon. I'll buy him a beer for thanking me, to thank him for sending me here.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, where's the luncheon?
The Hibernians run it. It's at the Relief Inn in Lawrence.
Where is it?
At the Relief Inn in Lawrence. It's the old Knights of Columbus down. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But it's for it's a St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Let me get this. I don't know if it's high enough.
It's a St. Patrick's Day luncheon,
Cool.
run by the Hibernians.
Okay. And you're gonna stay sober.
I usually do. Yes.
Good.
Usually.
But you're gonna be more relaxed than you have ever remember being.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna implant that I'm going to stay sober?
I think I already have.
Well, my friend Ann and I go to this thing every year, and we've been friends since 3rd grade, so that's our big blowout every year.
Yeah.
Is the St. Patrick's Day
green?
festivities. No, we drink real
beer.
Real beer.
You're real women.
Guinness and Harp and,
Yeah, okay.
a couple of, there's shots of Jameson in there sometimes. But it's in Lawrence, and I'm Irish, South Lawrence Irish. And,
no kidding.
And went to no kidding, huh? And grew up in St. Pat's Parish in South Lawrence, and the St. Patrick's Day, it's kind of an old home week. Everybody kind of comes back for it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's neat, is you see catch up with people that you grew up with.
Super.
Yeah.
It's better than exchanging cards. You get to see them.
It is better. It is better.
So, let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
When I want, if you'd be good enough to tell me what happened when you left here and your whole progress right along.
When I got up from the chair, I was really, and even during the hypnosis, I was feeling like I'm not doing this right, because I'm not letting go, and I could still feel the pain and the tightness in my back. And as I was sitting here talking to you after, literally felt like my muscles were melting as I was sitting here talking to you. I went home and I started to feel that kind of almost nauseous feeling after you get a really deep massage and then the toxins start kind of flowing through. So I took a nap and I woke up like 4 hours later. And I've been feeling better almost every day, a little bit better every day. And I've been very good about doing those 3 breaths that you told me to do, and trying to relax and let trying very hard. Well, I'm not completely playing.
Trying is a word we don't allow on here.
Okay, we only do. We do.
Didn't we talk
There is
about
no
that?
try. There's only do.
Or maybe there was so many things
There
going
were so
on.
many things, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, try is a word that we don't use.
I've been working very hard at.
There you go.
I'm working very hard at trying to keep up with, the 3 breaths, and if I feel a tinge of pain or something. And I for the first few days where I was so tired, I just had to trust the process. I think if I didn't trust the process, I would have been in a different place. Because there was a lot going on in my body.
Yep.
And I just trusted the process, and I'm back here and I'm doing much better.
Good.
Doing like 90% better.
90% better.
I would say, yeah, that's how good I feel.
And you were kind of scared. Let's see, was it your primary was suggesting see a psychiatrist or a psychologist? Was that you?
No. She suggested I go for the cortisone shots.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know there was something.
Yeah, and she said that this is an untested. Hypnosis is untested, and you sure you want to try that? And I said, well, cortisone shots only work so many, like 20% of the time too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, I was just reading something Mayo Clinic published about how you can use hypnosis to help in cancer treatments.
Uh-huh.
How it relieves the anxiety, how
Yeah.
it just makes it gets rid of the stress, gets rid of the depression.
Yeah.
And it gets rid of the pain.
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't get rid of the cancer.
Right.
And it's good for, the patient, and it's also good for those caregivers.
Yeah.
I just saw it. It was just published from CNN. So it's kind of interesting. Now, she's at Leahy, right?
She's at Leahy, yeah.
When you go back again, you'll have my business cards.
Uh-huh.
And I'll give her a call.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind.
I don't have an appointment to see her again.
Oh, okay.
Like until my next physical, which is next fall. So.
Maybe I should.
But I'm going to take your business cards, because I've talked to a few of my friends about this, and I have a friend who has anxiety.
Yep.
And then I have another friend who suffers from migraines.
Okay.
Like she's out of work a couple days a month usually, and so I'm gonna.
We do
steer her
fibromyalgia
here.
too.
Fibromyalgia, yeah.
And I told you about addiction recovery. I don't know if I mentioned that. So we're doing relapse prevention. We're doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with the medical is they created a standard, and they said the standard for testing things is a double-blind test.
Yeah.
Where, the people giving it don't know, nobody knows anything.
Right.
You get the results. But hypnosis is one of those things.
You can't be double blind.
Yeah. it's like saying, we're gonna play baseball. And the way that works is we have a field that's 100 yards long and you get this funny ball. Now, I said baseball, and I'm
Uh-huh.
describing football.
Right.
So someone made up the rules.
Uh-huh.
And, oh, that's the way you play it.
Right.
Okay. And
Yep.
yeah, so you're living proof that change occurs. And
Mhm.
it's been probably the last 50 years where they are able to see where these changes actually occur. And they are replicable,
Uh-huh.
replicatable,
Yeah.
where, you know, where I mentioned to you, your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined.
Uh-huh.
And that's exactly what happened to you. And this was on the first one.
Right.
This was on the easy one.
Right.
This is the one that's getting you tuned up.
Yeah.
So we can really make you feel better.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. All right. Good.
And I see that it's as much it's me. I have to do it. I understand that part of it. And I think if I'm gonna refer people to come to you, I'm gonna explain that it's my own mindset
Well,
that I need to.
it's,
Because you have to allow yourself.
you're exactly right. You have to allow yourself. But you don't have a lot to do other than allow
yourself. Right.
If you go, gee, I don't know if this is going to work.
Yep.
I'm worried about it. I don't know how it can work. Not going to work.
Right.
But like you said, Fran, if you just put yourself and allow it to happen, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens very quickly, very effectively. I've had people that they've been told they need an operation.
Mm-hmm.
That was the next step they were going to do. They're sent to this doctor and that doctor and this doctor. And, everybody's scratching their head, but instead of saying, I don't know, they're saying, oh, probably need an operation.
Right.
And then the stress adds up.
Yep.
You know what that feels like.
I do know what that feels like.
That's in the past.
Or there's really nothing we can do for you. Just live with it. Here's some drugs,
Yeah.
which is what my situation was.
Yep.
There's the only thing we have to offer you is surgery, which I'm not a candidate for, and pain-killing drugs, which I opted not to do
Yep.
because I would have been a drug addict by now. That I know,
Yep.
because it doesn't solve your problem. It doesn't.
Only
It just
mask it.
and you always need more and more and more.
Yep.
So that's why I've been living with the pain without any buffer.
That
for all
was in
this
the
time.
past. That was in the past. Well, thank you. Let me ask, I'm putting these things on my website,
Uh-huh.
and what I'd like to do is ask your permission to use yours.
Absolutely.
So, this is the release.
Release. Sure.
What's that? I hope
Sure.
you'll think that
Yep.
I'll treat it properly. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, super, thank you. All right, I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay.
And,